really busy day, which is why I'm gonna need my fuel, coffee, and breakfast. You are not gonna believe where we're going today. We are gonna attempt, and I use heavy emphasis on the attempt. Good morning, Weezy. To go to 5 lighthouses. 5 lighthouses in the span of 6 hours. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this done, but the adventure begins now. Whoa, let's go!
Today, our adventure begins in the town of Frankfort, Michigan. Going to 5 lighthouses in one afternoon isn't going to be an easy task. Naturally, we had to make a stop and fuel up with coffee. This bakery had great reviews. When there's a long line, you know it's going to be good. Our coffee's done, and we've got to get a move on to our first lighthouse.
I've got my ice cold caffeinated beverage over here in possibly the weirdest cup I've ever gotten a coffee in. Nonetheless, when I get caffeinated, wake my butt up a little bit, and we're gonna go check out possibly some pretty haunted lighthouses on Lake Michigan.
We have made it to our first stop, and like I said earlier, time is of the essence. We promised Molly a fun little afternoon with her friends. You'll see where we're going. We have got to get all 5 of these lighthouses done. Can we get it? Can we do it? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that we're gonna make it to all these lighthouses? Here's our first one now.
The setting for this lighthouse is picturesque. Beautiful houses are nestled right on the shoreline. Let's go check out the Frankfort North Lighthouse.
This lighthouse is pretty cool. However, it's definitely a long walk to get there. Bring your walking shoes.
The original lighthouse was constructed in 1873. Being a lighthouse keeper was an extremely dangerous job and proved fatal here in 1902 and 1911. In 1902, the assistant keeper was run over while in a rowboat by a car ferry that refused to stop, even after the assistant keeper started to move out of the way. In 1911, that keeper fell deathly ill while attempting to turn on the fog signal. The lighthouse was relocated and rebuilt in 1912 to this spot as a square and steel pyramidal tower. I can't even begin to fathom how taxing a lighthouse keeper's job was. The Michigan weather is incredibly unpredictable, and harsh conditions were a recipe for shipwrecks. If a keeper made one mistake, it could mean disaster for so many lives. That's why it was important for them to stay diligent and keep the light going. Along our way, we actually found some sweet little messages of graffiti, even some written on the base of the lighthouse. They were sweet and wonderful little words. These little messages kind of help us keep our lights going, don't you think? Lighthouses are a beautiful reminder of our history and the pioneers of progress that came before us.
Well, that was a pretty cool lighthouse, but we still got a lot more to do and a long way to go. So we got 1 down, 4 to go.
Our adventure is leading us out of Frankfort and taking us to Point Betsy. But it wasn't long until we stumbled upon a massive amount of cars. As it turns out, it was a huge arts and crafts festival.
Do you have any idea how hard it is not to stop at the art fair? If we want to make all these lighthouses, we gotta get going.
It might have been slightly ambitious for us to try and get to 5 lighthouses, but hey, we've made it this far, so not much can stop us now.
And of course, as soon as we pull up to the lighthouse, look what happened. The lighthouse gods do not want us filming lighthouses today, apparently.
Yeah, not favorable conditions for lighthouse viewing for sure.
But you know what? We set out on a mission to go see 5 lighthouses in one afternoon. And you know what? We're gonna do it. So let's go check out the Point Betsy Lighthouse.
Once we parked Bodie, we schlepped through the rain to go see about a tour of the lighthouse. When we got up top, we discovered tickets could be purchased at the gift shop. Tickets were $5 for adults and $2 for children. They even had an education display alongside the gift shop.
We just got your ticket to go on the tour. This particular lighthouse has a guided tour, and you're coming with us, so let's go.
After we purchased our tickets, we made our way up the stairs and over to the big front building. One of the main selling points for this tour for us was that we get to go up into the lighthouse and see what it looks like from up there. Because I know from down here, it was gorgeous. The waters were so blue, you'd think you were in the Caribbean. The lawn was decorated beautifully. But it was approaching time for us to get our stickers on and get ready for this tour.
Come on in. Thank you.
We'd never ventured into a restored lighthouse before, let alone one that's this old. So to say we were excited is a gross understatement.
This is where the Point Betsy Lighthouse is located. We were built way back in 1858.
Being in a building that's not only still standing, but fully functional after being built over 165 years ago absolutely blows my mind.
Our light up top is actually still going strong. So every single night we are still lighting up, and even on lovely days like today.
Speaking of lovely days like today, it was still raining while we were inside doing the tour.
So now we'll go into the dining room right through this doorway here.
Every room we went into was more impressive than the last. They even have the china the original keepers used, and it's over 100 years old. We learned about invasive species, how it's killing the native vegetation, and even where all the lens cleaning supplies had been kept. Which brought us to where?
So if you're not familiar with what we're looking at in here, this is called a Fresnel lens, and this is what made lighthouses for a very long time.
Standing next to it was unreal. It's amazing how beautiful something that was just functional could be. We learned that the chips in the glass on the bottom were from the keepers' big iron keys, swinging from their hips. Now that we familiarized ourselves with the old lens, the time had come to meet the new one. Ascending the stairs to the top of the Betsy Point Lighthouse.
How's it going?
Ooh, these are a little steamed. Watch your head there, buddy.
Morning.
Holy.
Nice job.
Thank you.
They did not say you have to be a certain width.
Oh my goodness. That's a small hole.
It's worth the view of getting up early.
If the view is this gorgeous on a rainy, dreary, cloudy day, can you imagine what it's like on a beautiful sunny day? And yes, the climb was absolutely worth the view.
Yeah, this was a little smaller than the light downstairs, isn't it?
Right.
Can you believe that this little tiny light replaced the old one downstairs? With beautiful views like these, I definitely could have stayed up here all day long. But we needed to get back down these stairs because we've got 3 more lighthouses to get to, and we're running short on time.
I could not have been a lighthouse keeper.
I don't think we have the proper attire.
Listen, I wear what I want, okay? We've got to get going. Let's go. We've got another lighthouse to see.
And down the stairs we went because we needed to hop back in the van and get back on this adventure.
Super cool lighthouse, but the rain continues. Hopefully it'll dry up soon. And if not, we're still gonna try to get to all 5 lighthouses. Do you think we can do it? Comment down below.
We certainly were not going to let this rain get us down. We were making good time, and before we knew it, we had made it to the City of Empire, and we were pulling in to the 3rd lighthouse on our list.
We are at the Robert H. Manning Memorial Lighthouse.
The Manning Memorial Lighthouse is actually the newest lighthouse on our list today. Robert Manning was a longtime resident of Empire, and he did a lot of late-night fishing trips. He always told friends and neighbors he wished there was a lighthouse here to help boaters like him navigate safely at night. After his passing in 1989, his friends and family raised enough money to build Robert his wish. This lighthouse is one of only 3 memorial lighthouses in the state of Michigan.
It might be small, but I feel like it's pretty mighty.
This lighthouse may lack in size, but it definitely makes up for it in the outdoor space around it. They've got a really incredible playground, beautiful beach. If you're looking at Michigan lighthouses, definitely put the Robert H. Manning Memorial Lighthouse on your list.
Good news for us, the sky's lightening up, which means we may just be able to get to the rest of these lighthouses. Let's get a move on.
And get a move on we did. We needed to make up time in order to check all the lighthouses off of our list and get back to the bus before Molly's deadline. I'm still skeptical we're going to be able to get it all done.
Alright, so we have made it to lighthouse number 4. One of the reasons we wanted to come to this one, because it's, as you're about to find out, it's a little bit different than the other ones we saw. But nonetheless, all is important. Let's check it out.
This lighthouse is quirky, but not as unusual as the story of how it came to be. Back in 1845, a logging company dammed up the river. What it did was make Portage Lake levels rise dangerously high. Local homesteaders ended up filing a suit against the company to have the dam removed. Unfortunately, the company didn't remove it, and so the residents took matters into their own hands. They dug their own channel that was about 300 feet wide in order to release water and get the lake back to a normal level. Their channel was so large that they had to put lighthouses on either side. This particular tower at Portage Lake used to be one of the towers on their channel. It was moved here back in 2015 and adorned with a commemorative plate.
How's it going?
It's going. Like, this is a really cool lighthouse. I've never seen like an open structure. This one's pretty cool. What do you think about it? Have you seen one of these? If you have, where was it located? Let us know.
You know, I think I'm really beginning to love these quirky, fun, small lighthouses. And judging by this scat, looks like deers like them too.
Alright, so we are finishing up our 4th lighthouse. We have 1 to go. We might just barely make it, but I gotta quit rambling, get in this van because we got a little bit of drive to get there.
We leapt back in the van because time was of the essence. We had something really special tonight planned with Nomad friends, and we just couldn't miss it. If we had any chance of making it, it was time to put the pedal to the metal and get to this final lighthouse.
We're at the next lighthouse. We've made it to all 5 lighthouses. I think that we've saved the best for last. Go check it out.
I'm not gonna lie, we were pretty excited on our way up to see this lighthouse. And then we came across this sign. That can't be too good. However, there's the Coast Guard right next door, so I felt a little bit safer.
I am so bummed that this part is closed. We can't walk across it. This is the original ladder. I totally get why we can't go up there, but at least get to walk next to it, right?
And walk next to it we did. I knew I'd be obsessed with this lighthouse as soon as I saw the catwalk. This catwalk was built for the original lighthouse that was here in 1875. Unfortunately, that lighthouse was destroyed by fire and a small skeletal tower replaced it. In 1927, they decided to ditch the skeletal tower and build the one that stands before you today.
I gotta tell you, this crosswalk here was from the 1920s. To see something like this still intact, it's cool to put your hands on history. So I love it.
Speaking of history, remember that Coast Guard station next door? They've been operating here since 1879. One of our favorite parts of nomad life is being able to experience places like these. If you would have told me 5 years ago that this is what I'd be doing, I would not have believed you. I'm grateful we took the leap to live the life we love. We get to observe people coexisting and preserving historical places like these by using it as a fishing pier, or even cruising the water by boat. If relaxing is more of your thing, they've got a gorgeous beach here too. All in all, there's really something for everyone here. To be able to get outdoors and soak up that vitamin D.
Can you believe it? We made it to not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 lighthouses in one day, all while it was raining, and we accomplished our goal. Pretty dang proud of that. Now, Molly and I are headed off to somewhere really fun tonight. We have got to get back, get to some puppies, and get our outfit changed. We have something kind of fun you might want to see. Let's go.
As we said goodbye to our lighthouse journey, a huge sense of gratitude washed over me. Every single day, we have the opportunity to make lifelong memories no matter where you live. There's hidden gems where you are in your backyard too. Each day is a gift that shouldn't be wasted or taken for granted. When you shift your mindset to gratitude for the world around you, your outlook on the world changes too. I challenge you to go find your own hidden gem and send us a picture, because we'd love to feature it in one of our videos. Oh, and by the way, we're so grateful you're here with us.
We have made it back from our lighthouse adventure. Let me know what you guys think of those lighthouses. I love lighthouses. I think they're pretty cool. But now we've got to check in on some kids, if I don't run into something, and some puppies. Oh, there they are. They didn't even wait for me to get inside. Oh, I know the puppies. The Vivi. Oh, my Vivi, the Vivi, the Vivi. Oh, look at Eli. And there's the camera.
Some food.
You hungry? What do you want for lunch?
What do we have?
Pizza? I didn't even have to go in.
They were already ready and waiting for you. I have to get inside and get changed because we're going somewhere really special. So, let me go. And this adventure is over.
Our Nomad friends invited us out to the Vogue Theater to go see the Barbie movie. Of course, I dressed up as 70s Barbie because why not? We had a wonderful time with friends, and everyone in the picture is a nomad too. Molly really enjoyed her time out with her friends, and I did too. And just like all good things, this video must come to an end.